What's up, everybody? Brady Ridings here with Brown's Pressure Washing. Got another fun video for you today. Today's going to look like everything residential sales. What does a day in the life of a salesman here at Brown's look like? What do we talk about? What do we do? The integral parts. What are the 3 C's? What does that even mean? We're going to get into all of that today. So I want you to jump in the car with me and come along. All right, welcome to my humble abode / mobile office. As a residential salesman, you spend a lot, if not most of your time in the car. Scott, you can kind of pan over here and just show a little bit about where we are. Fun story. For the last, let's say, 4 years or so, I have sat in what used to be a Kmart. It's now a Dollar General headquarters, and I grew up like 6 minutes that way. I sit here every morning for like the last 4 years, and there's no telling how much branding has gone on from how many hundreds of cars in an hour pass through here. And so that's just a little pro tip. If you don't have your car wrapped, wrap your car. If you have your car wrapped, sit somewhere where people can see you. Be a billboard. Just be a billboard. You paid for this thing. Make it a billboard. And so right now I'm going to jump onto my phone and I'm going to go through what things kind of look like. So I've got a message that is basically copied and pasted. It's manual, but it's kind of automated. The only thing I have to type in this message is the person's name and the time window, I think, of when we will arrive. I like to give a 2-hour time frame that gives you a buffer, and so you're not over-promising and under-delivering. If you give them that 2-hour time frame, what you can do is, like, let's say I'm planning to arrive from 9 to 11. Well, then I'll just move that 30 minutes each time, which allows for about a 30-minute drive in between if you've got yourself routed the right way. But it gives you a grace period based off traffic, or if you need to go do something to not over promise and under deliver. What are the 3 C's? I'm going to give you a crash course. We go into much greater detail inside of our video courses that we filmed with Upflip, which will be linked below. The 3 C's stand for constant, clear communication. It's pretty much self-explanatory, but it means intentionally communicate with the people who have called your business. It's a business separator for us. It's a huge mantra inside the sales department, but our company as a whole has adopted this idea of the 3 C's. And from the moment they inquire on the website to hitting the office, to hitting sales, to having the technician to come out, and then the communication that happens after that, it's a slew of communication. It's on the brink of over-communicating, but I'd rather be known as the company that over-communicates than the company that under-communicates. And so inside of sales, what that looks like is we start our day where everything is routed and scheduled already for you. So we use House Call Pro. House Call Pro is awesome. So there's pros and cons to each CRM. We like House Call Pro.
And just to go a little bit further, we've actually used House Call Pro since 2017, and we love it. They've helped us scale our business to what it is today. The team over there is absolutely awesome. We love them so much that we struck a partnership with them where you can actually get 50% off your first 2 months using House Call Pro. And we know that it works. All you have to do is click the link below and they'll take care of you.
All right, so we've sent out all of our, she just sent one response back. We just sent out all of our morning messages and almost every customer has responded. I have done this enough to know that means it's going to be a good day. It's a sunny day outside. You guys might think I'm crazy, but again, I've done this enough to know this. When it's sunny and it's nice, people close jobs. And when they're already responsive on the front end from the morning messages, huge thumbs up. So I'm excited about today. Alrighty, so now we are headed to Mr. Steve's house in Hendersonville, and we're going to get out of here. This is the best synth pop song that exists, man. The Midnight, if you don't know about them and you dig synth pop, you got to check it out. I love working out to this stuff, dude. I work out to this all the time. And of course, I'm also working out to some cooler stuff too. But excuse this little bug looking thing on my shirt. We've got a small YouTube channel that he's just riding around with me today. Okay. If you're comfortable with that.
Sure.
So what are we looking at here?
The roof.
The roof. All right.
It doesn't look too bad here, but on the other side,
yeah,
a lot of mildew stains and stuff.
Yeah, the tree coverage you got here is not going to be your friend. And in addition to that, this side's going to get a little bit more sun. So we can take a spin around. Actually, I want to kind of spin around the back as well. Yeah, just make sure.
Yeah, it's
You're starting to get some development there, which is not surprising. Not on this portion that faces here, but that A-frame that faces this direction, you're starting to get some. We should be able to restore it back to this color that you see where that flashing is, that light gray. I think my recommendation would be, let's for sure hit this side. I'm gonna say we probably need to hit those two portions up there.
Yeah.
And I think it's safe to say hitting the side and the back that faces that direction.
You have a light part and a dark part right next to each other to look weird.
In here, on this portion here, normally the answer is no. Because normally it's kind of like this, and then it's matching that color.
Yeah.
I think we probably should go on and factor this in. Have you ever had the roof done before?
Not here, but
Not here.
We're real estate investors.
Okay.
So I've had several roofs washed.
Perfect. So you're very familiar with the process.
Yeah, and I was amazed at how well it worked.
It's
and in fact,
magic.
it takes a while. It needs to be rained on a couple
Yep.
of times.
That's right. Yep. So you actually do know the exact process, which is super helpful.
Well, I don't know.
We'll coat all the infected sections, leave it. Mother Nature will take care of the rest. As it rains, it'll wash that stuff off, and give it about 14 days, or 2 to 4 good rains. And if you don't have total eradication, if there's still some brown areas, then give me a call. It'll turn a really weird white color for the first hour, and then it'll be that dark, pale, yellowy vomit color almost until it rains all that stuff off. And so, yeah, give it 14 days. And if not, then call me. We'll come back out and take care of the rest of those spots. All that out the door is $878.90. We'll clean everything on the roof, but this one portion that faces that direction.
Let me ask you something else.
Yeah.
There's up on this other side.
Okay. So just wanting to hit that up there. Yeah, we can probably do that as long as if there's screens, we'll do the best we can type situation. I don't think that there are. That looks like a lot of debris in there, so I'm happy to do that for you. I'm gonna say it would probably add $69 to it to do that. But if tomorrow's okay with you, I can check on that.
Okay. Well, I've got one more person who's going to give me a bid.
Okay.
I'm going to compare. I mean,
Sure.
don't always go with whoever's cheapest necessarily. But
Sure. Yeah. Understood.
I feel like you guys know what you're doing.
Well, just be aware and I think that you know this, but the important questions to add, and I don't, whether you go with us or them is fine, but ask them, just make sure you ask them, how much PSI are you using? You want to hear in that 80 to 100 range. You really want to be below 100. So that 70 to 90 range is where you want him to land. And if he says, I can do the whole roof for that, just know if there's no algae for the soap to act on the shingles, it can dry it out a little bit. And so he's either just going to rinse it with water or dilute the soap. Don't let him put any soap on the areas where there's no algae, because that bleach is harsh for it. And so it needs to act on that soap and then be rinsed by the rain. You let me know what you end up deciding. It's been a pleasure to meet you, and thanks for the opportunity to win your business.
Okay.
Yeah, and we'll be in touch.
Are you the guy that texted me?
Yes.
Yeah, what was
Yes,
your
sir. Brady Writings.
Brady.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you,
It's
Brady.
nice to meet you, Steve.
Thank
All
you.
right. Have a great day. Thanks so much. Oh. All right. So now there's more to the story. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. So the reason the 3 C's are important is this reason. I came out and quoted this guy $954.80. I was also able to upsell some gutters because he asked about them while we were here that the other guy didn't. Another competitor offered $700 to clean the roof. He didn't see the areas that don't need to be done, and me and this guy have had a physical interaction where we shook hands and met each other. If you had a guy quote you over the phone for $700 to clean the roof, he didn't educate you, you never met him, and he never even sent you a physical copy of the estimate, versus a $954 quote that includes cleaning the gutters that he's wanting to have cleaned, that he can't clean himself, and you were educated, and you shook this guy's hand, you got to see him face to face, you know his name, you felt the energy. $254, is it worth taking a risk on the guy that just said, I can do that for $700? Or the guy that I know communicates, his company is professional, they're licensed, insured, and bonded, which I had an opportunity to tell him because I was here. You tell me, from a connection standpoint, who are you probably choosing? Most likely, we're winning this bid over the guy who quoted virtually. if you're a solopreneur and you're out there just trying to survive, please find a day to try to do in-person sales. It's a difference maker. It gives you an opportunity to close at a higher close rate percentage and a higher average ticket. It's a game changer. I know you think it's slowing you down, but man, it could be what's actually keeping you at a bottleneck. Alrighty, so we just finished up with that estimate. Went really well. We've sent him the estimate via text and email as well. We sent him a message for not closing on site. So we're crushing the 3 C's right now. And I've already sent a message to our next customer, letting her know that we are about 20 minutes away, give or take. So we're crushing the next customer with the 3 C's as well. And we're off. Scott, how long have we been driving from the last estimate that we just left? I can tell you. Look, I'll tell you. I texted our last customer at 10:51. 10:51 a.m. I said, hey, Charlotte, I'm about 20 minutes away, give or take. Steve texted me at 10:53 after telling me he's having another estimate come out. Okay, I have decided to go with you guys. If you can still get the crew out here tomorrow, then go for it. Seeing people in person and having a real connection and communicating with customers is a business separator. Do you want to separate your business and dominate the competition? Go see people, live in the real world with us. Don't do everything virtually. And I don't mean to be insensitive to guys who are trying to survive that are solopreneurs. Heed this advice. Work 4 days a week, jam-pack your days, and do estimates 1 day a week. That's what we coach our locations to do. This is not, YouTube, whatever. That guy just, in 3 minutes, I just was teaching this lesson from start to finish, and you just saw it. $254 more than what the other guy would have had, and he would have had more work to do because he quoted the whole roof that didn't need done anyways. He was going to harm that guy's roof. Just insert Shia LaBeouf. Just do it! Insert him right here. That's what I want.
Just do it!
If you don't want to, insert The Rock. It doesn't even matter. So another one bites the dust here. Our second appointment just closed as well. Wait till movie magic happens and we come back with that number, which puts us at a grand total of $1,250.70 in 2 sales, 2 appointments, and we still have like 4 or 5 to go. The reason that I didn't document this one is we didn't actually think they were home, and I was taking a quick peek and they just popped out. And so if you want to pan over there, what we're doing at this house specifically is they wanted a gutter debris removal on everything. And I wish you could have heard the interaction because they really don't need it on the whole house. So I actually advised that they save money on that for now. And we're just doing the back portion where there's some very unique, they have like a pergola that they've got built over their deck, which if you guys know about cleaning like pergola or carport gutters, they're really tiny. They really SUCK to clean. And so I've got 1 rung of gutters that's just charged at our minimum, which is $2.95.90. And we threw in soft washing the exterior of that. Because it really is a small portion, and even doing the gutters and cleaning the exterior of it, I think will fit inside of our hour window that I feel comfortable including both of those. And they were like, hey, we've used you for years, no brainer, let's do it. And so they were having a cool pool day out here by the lake. So we are headed to the next one, see how much more we can close today. 10:27. All right, I think this dude is looking at getting all of his flat work done. I think that's what the notes said. I need to check it. So movie magic, I'm going to snap my fingers and then I'm going to know the information. Ready? We are cleaning just the front patio, front steps, walkway, basically all the flat work. All the concrete work is what we're cleaning, including the driveway and stuff, which takes no time to measure up real quick. We've actually got our physical eyes on it, so it's better than having to do it virtually. We can see low spots where, like, for example, here, I can see a bad drainage area. It's good to let the guys know stuff like this. It's good to educate him of that because you're going to have water pooling up there. You can't see that stuff virtually all the time. So actually almost never. And so I'm pretty much done with everything I'm going to do other than just measuring and taking a quick video. So now what I would typically do is I'd try to get this dude on the phone, leave me a message and I'll get you back, is what he said. So we haven't closed this one yet, but the one we were just at Looks like the price tag was $636.90 to do all of that flat work. We've got that hanging out right now, and we do need to try to close it because I'm trying to get some numbers in for the day, but that's what we'll be looking at if we can get that closed. So these people are just looking at a house wash. I'm gonna jump out and take a quick spin around this house. I was hoping to catch some more customer interactions today, but some people are just not home. So I'm gonna be right back, but I'm gonna jump out, look at this, and then we'll put some prices together.
20 minutes later.
Okay. I think I'm gonna try to get this dude on the phone. We still try to close over the phone if we can. And so when I call him, you know, the reason for my calls, I'm gonna have some questions, and the questions are, I just wanna verify that we're looking at, you know, well, you'll see all that. But my hope is to get him talking, ask him some questions to make sure he's engaged in the conversation. It'll help us on the back end if he is. And if the customer's talking as much or more than you, thumbs up. If you're talking more than them, kind of thumbs down, depending on the situation.
Hello, this is Mike.
Hey, Mike. Brady Ridings here with Brown's Pressure Washing. How are you?
Hey, Brady. Good, and you?
A few moments later.
But what this will clean is the exterior of the gutters, soffits, underpinnings, all the trim and fascia, all the hardy board siding will be rinsed as well. The window seals are safely soft washed to try to remove dirt, mud, bugs, things like that, to the best of our abilities anyways. The windows themselves are soaked and rinsed. It's normal to see a little bit of water shrinkage due to the minerals that are in the city water. But there's really not a lot that we can do about that because we're not going to squeegee the windows. The brick is not a focal point, but since we use a soft wash method anyways, the whole house pretty much gets a bath. It's just not a focal point. All that out the door from the exterior of the gutters down is $636.90.
636.
Yes, sir.
That's fine.
Okay.
All right. I use y'all for all my stuff in real estate, too, and you always do a great job, so let's go ahead and do it.
Okay, excellent. Thank you for the return business. I really do appreciate it. One thing that's really important, and I go into great detail. So if you've not yet seen our video courses with Upflip, you need to check them out. I go into great detail on this process, a lot more than what these videos can cover. So check those out. We're gonna link them in the description if you're interested in more information. But something important that you might have noticed during that particular sales call was, I like to call it a list as long as your arm. The estimate is in my hand before I reach out and hand him that number, because that number is what they want. They just want to know. That's the golden ticket. I want to give him a list as long as my arm of everything that's cleaning before I hand him that number. So he's fully educated on not just how we're going to clean everything, but what we're going to clean. Because it's a lot. It's a lot that we're going to clean. Now, us who are in the soft washing industry, we know that it goes by quicker than probably what the market thinks. So it's important that you heard me go over what this is going to wash: the exterior of the gutter, soffits, underpinnings, trim, all the vinyl siding, any hardy board siding you got, and at the end of it, I said all that out the door is going to be what the number was, $636.90. And then I just shut up. Most people in the moment don't know what to do with awkward silence, and so if you challenge them, they have to be the ones to solve that problem. It pans out in your favor a lot. And I go into more detail on that inside the video courses as well, of kind of a little bit more of the psychology behind it. So those are my tips for when you're closing a sale over the phone, and when you're in person, you educate the same way. But getting them on the phone, if they're not here, is also an essential part of closing at a higher percentage rate. So we closed that deal, and I even think I'm going to be able to get them on the schedule for tomorrow. And we closed a house wash for this house here at $636.90. I'm thinking maximum 1.5, maximum 2 hours, but probably an hour and a half worth of work here for $636. Return customer wants to give us his business, and yeah, so that brings our total to, what does it bring our total? Sounds like my daughter watching Mickey Mouse. Oh, toodles. $18.87.66 is our running tab right now, and we still have 3 other appointments. And we didn't talk to Jeff from the driveway cleaning a minute ago. So not bad. Not a bad day. Just pulled up to this one. Gutter debris removal and flush and a house wash is what's on the ticket. Sometimes that's not exactly what they're asking for, but so probably not too bad of a house wash. But the terrain for the gutter clean does not look fun, which will change the price a little bit. We're going to let him know that we're here. We've been messaging him. He's been responsive. So usually just what I do is when I pull up, I go ahead and get all the numbers prepared, and it takes me like 30 seconds. That way when he comes out, I don't have to focus on getting too many numbers. Unless he adds something, then I just whip out my phone, do some measurements, stuff like that. But I like to just focus on hanging out with the person, you know. So we'll see when he walks out here. Well, what are we looking at here, my man?
Well, I'm trying to sell the house, so I need.
All right, good for you.
I need to get that mildew off of the soffits.
So here's the thing as it relates to the house wash. The faint striping that you see is actually oxidized. They call it tiger striping.
Yeah.
And so that's probably not going to go away.
Yeah.
But the surface gunk and stuff, it will definitely look better than it does today.
Yeah.
But you'll still see a little faint gray. It's oxidized. There's nothing we can really do about that.
And that soffit is vinyl, right?
Yeah.
And that is
it's all
mildew that's on there.
Yep, for the most part. Yeah, for the most part. There'll be some, even inside of that vinyl, there'll be some areas where it may still be patchy, especially like the metal parts of flashing that are in between that going in the corner. Right. That may not change a whole lot, right. But most of the soffit will. We can take a spin around too.
Clean.
Where are you moving to?
I'm going back to Texas.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Man, I was born and raised here, and I've always said that if there's anywhere else I would live, it'd be Texas. All right, so what this will clean is the exterior of the gutters, soffits, underpinnings, trim, any and all vinyl siding that you have. The brick is not a focal point, but since we use a soft wash method, the soap kind of gets everywhere anyways, that the whole house gets a bath, but it's not a focal point. The window seals are safely soft washed to try to remove dirt, mud, bugs, things like that to the best of our abilities anyways. The windows themselves are soaped and rinsed. They won't be squeegeed, but they will be soaped and rinsed. It's normal to see a little water streakage due to the minerals that are in the city water, and that's nothing you can help or us. Let's see, gutters, we'll remove all the debris from the troughs, try to flush every downspout to try to ensure that the system's working properly before we leave, again, to the best of our abilities. And so from the exterior of the gutters and interior of the gutters all the way down, you'd be at $591.80.
Okay. Well, I wasn't expecting to have the windows included, so that's it. I mean, it's okay with me because I know there's some stuff in there. So
good, so you can reach in there. That's perfect. That's perfect, yeah. Awesome, man.
Okay.
And so that'll do it.
How fast can you do it?
Within a week, probably. A week, give or take.
I mean, it's going to show this weekend.
Let me check and see, because it's possible they'll want to, you're 5 minutes from our shop. It's possible they'll want to throw it on. If not, then it'd be a week, give or take. So sometime next week.
Yeah.
Is tomorrow too early, or is that okay?
No. Tomorrow's fine.
Okay.
I'm catching a plane at 4:30 tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, you don't have to be here unless you just want to be. Okay, I'll check on that. What I'll do is, so we do require a 35% deposit. I take that on a card and save it on file till the end of the job. We run the remainder on that. As soon as that deposit gets paid, you get thrown in the queue. I'll call Casey and see if you're squeezable for tomorrow. You know whether or not we can confirm tomorrow, and when that happens, just look out in your emails. You'll get scheduling notifications, and the techs will text you tomorrow. Thanks, Curtis. Lucas and him that needed work. I feel like I've sold $2,000 worth of work for them. Okay, well, the good news is I just sold another $500 something. Can we put it on them tomorrow? Let's see what our grand total is at right now. All right, so on the day, still have 2 more appointments to go, but we're at $2,400, $2,479.40 to be exact there, bucko. When you get on a roll, brother, you don't stop taking appointments, all right? That's what I say about the sales roll. You just keep going, dog. If I didn't have little ones at home, I'd stay out till the freaking sun went down. Because once you closing, gotta keep going. Oh my gosh, dude, it's that. What are the chances? Hold on, let's see if anybody's behind me. What are the chances that we see each other on this? This is like a holler too, like deep.
This is a random.
How much have you sold today?
I don't know.
Any clue? Have you closed much?
Around 2,000.
Okay, I've sold like 2,400.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
Daddy's back in town.
Are you doing just residential today?
Actually, yeah, not by design, but
Okay.
that was all that was on the list for today.
Nice. Good.
So
Awesome.
we're like at what, 4,500 then, somewhere around there, probably
yeah,
more.
with us, without Tim.
Yeah,
Oh, because Tim's not working today.
I don't think he is.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, somewhere around there.
That's awesome.
I know, it's fun. That's
What are the
so
chances
random.
we just
I
saw
know.
each other?
That's
This
so-
is not a road that we would see each other on.
I
That's so
don't ever go
crazy.
on this road.
Peace.
Hey.
That really actually is really weird that we saw each other on this road. Like, the chances of that are extremely slim. Probably will never happen again. This is not a road that we travel often. You know what I mean? This is backwoods, holler Millersville. So, all right. So we're at our second to last stop. He asked us to call him when we got there because he was driving, so maybe he's on a long drive or something. Anyways, I don't know. We're gonna give this dude a buzz real quick. Hey Lee, this is Brady Ridings with Brown's Pressure Washing, man. How you doing?
I'm all right. You?
I am doing pretty well. I have just pulled up to the house. Are you here or are you still out driving? Okay, yeah, I see it.
Sorry,
Hey.
I missed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I think maybe the parking lot itself it's okay, but underneath all of the overhang, there's just a lot of dirt that's built up and some overspray from paint. And I was just gonna see if you guys could do. Well, actually, I don't even know how much would it cost. Could you give me a quote on just doing all of the concrete over there?
All the concrete over here? Yeah.
Yeah.
We've already driven around here and seen everything that he's wanting done. For now, we're just measuring this concrete parking pad. And so I'm just going to get in here and go ahead and start this process. And then we'll work some Scott movie magic. And we'll be back with our final numbers. And then we'll try to call this dude and close the door on this. So I like to listen for hints. And on our phone call, you guys didn't hear this, but he mentioned they're selling the property, which tells me, and he said they're going to try to photograph it really soon. It tells me that if I'm able to come back and not only just give him a price and educate him really well, but then I'm able to say, hey, we can actually get to this next week on this date. It's going to boost my percentage to be able to close this because it's convenient for him if we clean it before the photos. That sounds really elementary, but you want to keep your ears peeled for things like that because normally I wouldn't do that. Normally I wouldn't have a date ready for this guy, but if I know it's going to help me close the door, I'm going to try that. So I need to call Casey and find out what the schedule's looking like for next week. Hey Lee, it's Brady with Browns. All right, so here's what I got for you. Right now, I haven't been able to get a hold of my of our ops manager to get the answer on how we're going to do this process of cleaning. I don't see it adding more than like $300 to $500 to clean the exterior of these gutters, anyways. And so if you're down with that, after I give you this whole price, we'll move forward with it whenever I just figure out this system. But the price that you're looking for just the flat work, what this would clean is like all three of these parking pads. And it will clean the skirt all the way around minus your southwest facing side. Unless you want us to go ahead and do that, it doesn't add or save any money. I really don't care. We'll go ahead and do that for you too. But that's $13.84.90 to clean all of this pad. Awesome. So what we'll do is I'll go ahead and prove all that. Do you want me to go ahead and add that I don't know how much it'll do, but even if it's up to $500, are you okay with us adding that and doing both together? And look, he's calling me back now. So I'll get an answer from that, and then I'll buzz you back to get the card info for the payment process. Yeah, hey, no worries, man. All right, Lee, you're quite welcome, brother. I'll give you a call back shortly. All right, bye. So cool, we just closed both of those. Initially was just going to be, actually it was initially going to be nothing. He emailed into the office and said, you probably didn't hear it on the other phone call, but he said he emailed in, he was looking to have that pool patio cleaned and he took care of it himself. He said, I actually tried to tell you guys not to come out, but here we are now. And we've closed for sure, $1,384.90 on top of the total we're already at. But We're also going to add $500 for cleaning the exterior of these gutters around this Galvalume process. And so quick math is what, around $1,900, close to a $2,000 ticket. That was going to be $0 because he didn't want us to come out. So another testament to getting on site, brothers. All right, we just calculated our new running total for the day, and we are at $4,830.10 to be exact. We have closed, so we have 7 appointments today total. We've closed 6 of them out of 7, which I'm really happy with. That's pretty good. We're going to the 7th one. We're a little late to him, but he said, hey, come on. So that's a good sign. And man, today has been a pretty decent day so far. We closed 2 sales here, one while we were here on the phone with the guy, and then the guy we saw 2 appointments, or the guy's house we went to 2 appointments ago called in the midst of it, and we just closed another sale. Bam, bam, back to back, got the deposits, everything's in the queue ready to get scheduled. So far we're at $4,800 on the day, and that's not ain't nothing to shake a stick at, boy. Wow. So here we are at the end of the day. You might notice we're not at our last customer's house. They're running a business out of there, so it just seemed a little bit weird to try to film there, so we ended up just not doing that. But the good news is we closed another $2,200 on the day. So we're 7 for 7, sitting at 100% close rate, and that brings our grand total to $70.30 so cha-ching, little noise, make it happen. It is not actually super normal to close 100%, but we did have a feeling this morning that it was going to be a good day because everybody was very responsive. The sun is out. That's always a great sign. And so it just panned out to be a good day for us. If you want to learn more about this, the courses I've been mentioning are linked below. We go into much greater detail than what we did today on how to effectively accomplish the 3 C's, but you have seen what the 3 C's are. You've seen them in actual action, and you saw all of these sales get closed today. And so it's important. Get on site, communicate with customers, have a business separator, and just put your hand to the grindstone, man. This has been a long day, right, Scott? It's almost 6 o'clock now, since 5:45. My wife is so angry with me that I've been out this long, but I love you and I'm sorry, and it's all for a greater good. Also, if you want to come in person and meet us and do some training, we offer boot camps and workshops. The link will be below for pressurewashingpastor.com. You can go on there and book a call with myself, and we'll figure out whether or not you'd be right for a boot camp or a workshop where we can actually physically dissect your business and try to figure out how to get you rolling. Thank you guys so much. If you enjoyed this, please hit like, please hit subscribe, and let us know if there's anything that we can do in the comments. And if you have any questions, leave them in there as well. And we'll see you next time.